Now, I could unbox the one that kind of looks like a bomb, or I could play it safe this weekend and opt for this one. I think I'm going to choose life this weekend, so I'm going to knock this one off to the side, and we will take a look at this package probably next weekend or the weekend after that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and open this one up. Oh my goodness, this is a pain to get open. Wow. I thought this was going to be a lot easier. You know what, let me move the microphone down here so you guys can get all of that good old unboxing, noises and everything else. You can hear me struggle the whole time while trying to get this open. I might have to cut some of this out. There we go. That's good enough. So, packaging, it's okay. That gets the job done, right? And hopefully it arrived in one piece. So, there we are. You can see the little car keychain right here. And let me open this package up now. So what are we getting here? We're getting the actual car keychain with the camera built in. So this is what the review is primarily going to be on. And then looks like we get a USB cable as well. And then we have directions, which upon first glance, it doesn't really look like they're in English. Oh, never mind. The back is in English. So I'm going to go a little bit further. We'll take this out of the plastic baggie. And I'll give you my first impressions because, once again, just opened it. I haven't really looked at it yet. I picked these up off eBay for $4.20, and I have to say, so far, they don't feel too bad. They haven't fallen apart, yet, so not too bad. And I have absolutely no idea how to work this yet. I'm going to have to play around with it for a couple of minutes before I start the actual overview/review. USB cable, can't really go wrong there. And then we have the actual car key HD camera right here. So I'm going to play around with this for a little bit, and I will get back to you guys during the actual review/overview. Hello guys, and welcome to another installment of A Computers and Technology. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Mini 808 HD keychain spy camera that I bought off eBay for $4.20. Now I originally bought this to take you guys around with me when I go to garage sales, but then I opted just to get glasses with a small camera built in instead because it was a lot easier. I could just put them on and not really have to worry about carrying, this around and pointing it at stuff, but it was too late. I had already ordered this. So now this is going to be part of April's giveaway. If you want to check that out, the link for information on this month's giveaway will be in the description, and I will talk about it a little bit at the end of this video. I've been playing around with these for a couple hours, and I have a couple good things and a couple bad things to say about them already. Let's start out with the good things. So for $4.20, the build quality is definitely good. There's no noticeable flex in the plastic when I tried to bend them, and it has a decent weight to it. It is a bit light, but for something like this, I would prefer that it be light. Now, the buttons feel great. You get some nice clicky feedback right there. Let me go ahead and bring it up to the mic. Oh, that clicky feedback. And the keychain section is actually some sort of metal. I was afraid that was going to be like really cheap plastic, and I was just going to, break it off and not deal with it. But this actually feels good. You could put it on your keychain. You don't really have to worry about it breaking off. So that is all fine and dandy. And then as far as the ports go, the USB port is just fine. That fits in there. Done. And then I was actually surprised because when I put my 32 gigabyte micro SD card in here, it didn't eat it. I can click this back out. There we go. So I am actually able to remove the 32 gigabyte SD card, which was a big problem with the glasses that I reviewed a couple weeks ago. I put the SD card in those glasses and I couldn't get it back out. These, however, have a nice little mechanism. It's spring loaded, so it will push the card back out for you. You don't have to worry about, losing it. It is a bit hard to get the card in here, though. Now, as far as being discreet goes, they look like a legitimate pair of car keys. All the buttons are in the right places, and it's about the right size. What's really going to give these away are the ports on the side. So once you, flip this over and someone sees these ports, they're going to realize that's not really real keys. But, just from the top, it looks a lot like a legitimate wireless car key.
Now we get to the not so great, or in this case, the okay, which is the video quality. Now, this is a $4 camera, and I wasn't really expecting much as far as video quality is concerned for $4. But this is advertised to shoot 720p video. This is not 720p video, this is 720 by 480, which is not HD video. Also, you can see that does come out a little bit grainy. Audio is okay, actually. Audio is usable, but not great. And then colors come out okay as well. When you start moving the camera around, things start to get really jerky. It does shoot at 30 FPS, but it does drop frames at the same time, so video can be jerky at times. So this is your first look at the video quality. I'm going to swap back over to my DSLR so, we're not stuck in this awful video mode the whole time. And I'll talk a little bit more about how to use this keychain camera.
Now I'm going to give you a quick demo on how to actually use this, which is pretty easy. This is definitely one of the pros to this. So to turn it on, just hold this button down right here for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and you can see the standby light is on. So we're either going to want to take video or a still image at this point. To take a video, all you have to do is hold the top button down for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. That standby light is going to blink 3 times, turn off, and now we are recording video. I like how this doesn't continuously blink as you are recording, because of course that's going to give it away. And then to stop the video, just click it once. It's going to blink 3 times again. And we're back in standby mode. Now to take a still image, it's nearly the same process. You're just going to click this top button once, hold it steady, and wait for the standby light to come back on. And it does take this long to take a picture. Do not move it around during that time period, because the image will come out horribly blurry, and bam, an image has just been taken. It takes a very long time. Not a big fan of that at all. For charging, you can use the included USB cable combined with any 5-volt USB source. This could be a USB battery bank, the USB ports on your laptop or desktop, or you can even use a phone charger that outputs 5 volts through USB. Just plug the USB cable into both parties. So I'm going to plug that into my laptop, and I'm going to plug this side into the keychain, and as you can see, the light will start blinking. That means it is in the process of charging, and when it turns to a solid yellow, that means the charging has completed. Inside the unit, we have a 3.7 volt, 260 milliamp hour battery, and I just tested it, got about 40 minutes worth of battery life out of it while shooting continuously. It does break up the AVIs into 350 megabyte segments, so it will break up a clip after it reaches 350 megabytes and turn it into another clip, and so on until it eventually runs out of batteries. Now, retrieving your video and image files off this device is incredibly simple. All you have to do is plug it into your computer using the provided USB cable. There we go, and it should pop up as a removable media device. I've tested this out with Windows 7 and Ubuntu 14.04, had no trouble with either of those. It should work with pretty much any operating system since it is showing up as a removable storage device. So there we go, I'm going to pop this open, and it's showing up as Drive E. And by the way, this doesn't have any dedicated built-in flash memory. You will have to buy a micro SD card to actually start recording video and images to this device. As you can see, I have a 32 gigabyte SD card in here now. I'm just going to pop that open. This tag text file right here will allow you to change the date and timestamp. And then DCIM is where all of our video and image files are housed under photo. Guess what? Are all of your image files. And you can see some of the ones that came out incredibly blurry because I moved the camera too soon before it finished taking those pictures. So yeah, don't do that. And then I'll go into the 100 media folder, which has all of our video files in it. There you go. I do not recommend playing video back from the device directly. What you should do is drag this over here. What you should do is copy all of these over and drag it over to your computer's hard drive, because this only transfers at 1 megabyte per second, and that's not really fast enough to play video right off it. Your video will stutter quite a bit, so the better option is to take all the files on the device and transfer it over to your computer first before you try to play them back. While filming inside with the stock lighting setup that I use with my Nikon D3300, you can see that there is still a significant amount of grain in the image. It's also a bit jerky. Now, this does get a bit better when we go outside and there is a little bit more light for the sensor. This camera is using a very, very small sensor, and I expected low light performance to be mediocre at best, and that's exactly what it is. Definitely mediocre, maybe a little bit under that. As you can see, I took it out into the garage, can't really see anything, and the footage is just horribly grainy. So definitely not a great performer in low light. When I went outside, there was a little bit more light available for the sensor, and some of that noise started to disappear from the footage. But as you can see in this particular AVI clip, there was some weird strobe light effect going on. Not really sure what's happening there because the other clips are just fine, so that might just be an anomaly. And now I am perceiving motion a bit smoother as well. Inside it was a bit jerky, and then when I went outside, the footage did smooth out just a little bit. It wasn't as jumpy as it was when I was filming inside my house. I didn't really run into too many problems with trying to take 1280 by 960 JPEGs indoors. The exposure time for this camera is a bit long, and you have to hold it steady for a really long time to get a clear image. But going outside yielded less than desirable results. The very long exposure time combined with the large amount of light outside made the pictures not really usable. It's just, the exposure time's way too long and everything just comes out kind of washed out. And of course, all of the raw, unedited AVI and JPEGs will be available on my website for download, so you can take a look at that without the YouTube compression and my editing and everything else in there. And you will also be able to download a JPEG of the very unhelpful manual, which I decided to scan in. Overall, this isn't the greatest spy camera in the world, but for $4, I think you get quite a bit. Now, the image quality isn't really there. The exposure time is way too long. There is some noise in the video. Battery life is a little under what is advertised. It's advertised to, I think, run for an hour, and I only was able to get 40 minutes of continuous use out of it. And then also, this was advertised to shoot 720p video. It does not shoot 720p video. You're getting standard definition video with this thing. So yes, there are definitely some drawbacks when it comes to this device, but there is something you have to keep in mind here. It's only $4.20. I mean, there's only so much $4.20 can buy you, and I think this little device is giving you quite a bit for your money. Structurally, it feels fine, the video's watchable, the pictures, you can make out, for the most part, what's in the pictures while you're inside. Once you go outside, things kind of go south. Once again, that very long exposure time kind of washes everything out. So, I mean, I would definitely recommend taking a look at this thing. It's pretty neat, but I am having a giveaway, and that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So, as I said earlier, I do not need this. I'm not going to include the 32GB SD card in the giveaway. I'm going to include a 8GB SD card because this 32GB SD card is for something else, and that something else was the package that looks like a bomb, and it's sitting down there. So, to enter the giveaway, go ahead and check out the link in my description. It's going to be kind of like a scavenger hunt. I put a code somewhere across my two sites, either on the archive site or the AA Computers and Technology official site, and you're going to have to go around and find the code and submit it via a Google form or however I decide to set it up. So feel free to join in on that. I feel like you have a pretty high chance of winning. I only have like 5,000 subscribers, so your odds are somewhere around there. Not everyone's going to sign up, so you probably have a pretty good chance. Your odds will probably be around 1 in 500, depending on how many people sign up. Not close to that. So that's going to be about it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can go ahead and post a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, you can support the channel by donating through my Patreon. You can use my Amazon affiliate links to make your purchases on Amazon. I get a small commission and it doesn't cost you anything. The same thing with my eBay partner link. All that stuff will be in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next installment of AA Computers and Technology.